Hello, hello, hello. It's Mickey Manting welcoming you to this set in our theater, our virtual theater, Next American Stage. We are so pleased tonight to have a group that's been with us before, and they're back again, and hopefully they'll be back monthly. It is called The Silver Lining. Come on up, The Silver Lining.
Hello, hi everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our show. Yes, we are The Silver Lining. We'll introduce ourselves in a second, but for now, we're hoping that you can help to inspire our improv by typing a suggestion into the Facebook comments. And there's a little bit of a lag, so type a few suggestions in if you can, and we'll get that in a minute. And while we are waiting for your beautiful and wonderful suggestions, how about, well, if you've made suggestions already, that's fine, but if you need inspiration, it can be something that brings you happiness. And while you're thinking about that, let me say, hello everyone, I'm Catherine. I live in Northampton, Massachusetts.
I'm Karen, also in Western Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm from Western Massachusetts.
And to break it up, I'm Susan, and I'm all the way from Tampa, Florida.
I'm Kristen. I grew up in Nebraska.
Yay, Kristen.
We have some wonderful suggestions. So something that brings one of our viewers happiness is cats. So our suggestion for our show is cats.
Well, that reminds me. So when I was growing up, I really wanted a pet. And I ended up getting, actually, we adopted a cat. The mom had a litter and only one lived. And it was the farm next to our house. And the guy was a really creepy old farmer. So I think we felt like we had to save this cat. So we took the kitten, and it was a little black and white kitten. And I named it Wobbles. And Wobbles actually turned out, it had a really cute name, but he was actually kind of a vicious cat. And he liked to do things like he would sit on the staircase and wait until you walked by and then try to swat you in the head as you went past the staircase, or lay underneath the bed. And when you walk by, and he still had his claws because we didn't want to declaw him, he would like reach out and try to grab you. But I will say there was one redeeming quality, because my grandmother, Nani, had rheumatoid arthritis. So she had a really hard time moving quickly. So when they would come to stay and sleep in my parents' room, the cat Wobbles would never try to attack her. He would just save it all for my grandfather, for Papa, and do it all to Papa and leave Nani completely alone.
So that inspires me to think of my dad. He was a total prankster growing up, and he looked for any opportunity to just mess with us. In Spanish, you say jeringa, because jeringa is such a great word to just say. He was just always in there just trying to set you up for some type of jokester sort of plan that he had. But what he would often do and take such delight, particularly with my mother, is my mother would always fall asleep in front of the TV on the couch. And he would take a long piece of toilet paper and twist it so that he could stand almost a distance from her and intentionally stick it in her nostril, and then she would like slap herself. And then she would, like, when she finally would wake up in the middle of this like wonderful, I'm sure, rest that she deserved, she just like start slapping and everything. So anyway.
That doesn't remind me of anything.
How can you top that, really? Well, I was thinking about cats and thinking about my old beloved cat, Molly. And Molly lived a good long life. She, 17 or 18 years. She was outdoors. Sometimes she lived in Boston with me for a couple of years. I love this cat so much. And she was quite a hunter. And so I have these lovely memories of my very first apartment I ever lived in all by myself. I was ecstatic. The apartment had a room with American Eagle wallpaper on it, and I didn't know anything about painting or anything, and so I asked the landlord if I could paint over the wallpaper, and they said sure, but I didn't know you're supposed to either remove the wallpaper or do a primer or something, so I just painted over it with this lavender paint, and you could see the ghostly image of these like American sort of eagles kind of poking through the paint. But anyway, this lovely, I don't know why this is a lovely image I have of opening the door and my cat running inside, and then I looked on the porch and there were like 3.5 squirrels, and it was just I have this image of them all laid out, and squirrels are hard to catch, and three and then the one half.
I think you topped mine.
Isabel, you have some cleaning up to do. That cat you brought home has opened the refrigerator and dragged the cold cuts all over the kitchen floor.
No, Casey, that's your dog, Joe.
Joe doesn't have opposable thumbs. Joe can't open the fridge.
You know what? Joe does a lot of things around here when you're not here.
No, Joe
Yes.
is the perfect gentleman of a dog.
I know you think that. Joe is not all he's cracked up to be. Yeah, he waits till you leave. Yeah, Joe. I think it's time you fessed up to all the mayhem you're doing around here. And who's getting blamed? My cat. Right? Molly's getting blamed. It's Joe. Joe, wipe that little smile off your face. We know what you're up to.
Isabel, I just don't believe it. Joe is such a sweetie. He just sleeps in the bed all day and he snuggles me when I get home from work. He always eats his dinner and licks the plate clean.
Casey, you know how you've been missing money? You know how you been wondering where all your money's gone? Okay, there's a hole in the backyard. I've been watching Joe. I've been watching him every day. You know what he's been doing? He's been taking your money. Yeah, Joe, wipe that innocent look off your little doggy face and be the doggy man you should be and fess up.
Sweepity sweep, sweep, sweep. Once I got killed, I've been on this wall at the Elks Club for 50 years. I'm so dusty.
Man, I think that head of that elk has been on this wall for 50 years. Even the sort of antlers seem like they're a little crooked. Let me just move them over. Oh God, I've messed it up. There's so much dust on this.
Time anyone has paid any attention to me. Hey. I'm breathing. I feel new life. I feel like I could prance again almost.
God, this almost looks like it's coming alive. I kind of like fluffing up this fur here. I think when the head emperor comes for our meeting tonight, they're going to be happy that I sort of zhuzhed up this little. What am I going to call you? I'll call you Peter. Peter, you look so much better, Peter.
Let's cut to a scene where the head emperor and the emperor's best friend first encounter this beautiful thing on the wall. Well, my goodness, this is remarkable. Look at those antlers.
That's remarkable.
It's
What, is that a canopy? I'll have a canapé.
Have one, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
You're quite welcome, quite welcome.
Look at this. I've never seen anything like this in all my many years. It almost looks like it's alive.
It does. Do you think it was alive once?
Oh, that's repulsive.
Oh, dear.
Perhaps it was.
Oh,
Oh,
who hung it here?
I can hear you, I can hear you.
Was this a real animal running through the forest, or is this a decoration?
Are you a moose or an elk?
I get that so much. Can't you tell?
You have magnificent horns. Magnificent.
They're antlers.
Antlers.
Well, excuse me, are you talking to the animal on the wall?
I am. He seems to be responding.
He's
He's got antlers.
Well, yes. There's a little bit of dust in that corner there. Oh my.
What were you doing before you got put on the wall? Do you remember?
Let's cut to that scene. What?
Oh, Jolene, look at that marshy grass. Let me get some of those ticks off you.
Oh, thanks.
Shit!
Can you get this right? Oh no. Oh God. We were just frolicking.
Jolene, I love you.
Sorry.
I love you too.
It's what we do around here for fun. Shouldn't have been in my forest. Sorry.
Back to the Elks Club.
Well, that's a very sad story indeed, Jolene. Oh, your friend was Jolene. There's a great song about Jolene.
I'm just so happy to be noticed. I've been up here watching y'all with your boring meetings and your cheesy jokes and your alcohol.
Well, would you like a drink?
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Sweepity sweep. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm just like, I'm writing this new song and I don't know, I'm like in the flow, man.
Yo. Hey, lay it on me, lay it on me.
So
I used to be a critic.
my inspiration is like the last time I was out in the woods, man.
Yeah.
And nature was all around me. And, I just like strum on my guitar, these feelings of like the wind permeating me, man. And it just inspires me. You want to hear a little bit of it?
I'd love to, man.
Right
Let me
here.
hear it.
And I like use that for pitch. That's like for my
Oh,
pitch.
that's
I don't
really
know if you
weird.
know that. Yeah, that's like a musical term.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you.
So I was sitting here, just minding my own business.
Oh, yeah.
Sing it with me. That's right, baby. You have a great voice. And, as I sat here, I realized there was nothing better for me
Better
than nature.
nature.
I had the wind around me, baby. I had the animals that grazed at my feet. What do you think so far?
I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it.
But I'm having a tough time, like, with the chorus. Have you got, like, what do you think the chorus should be?
I think the chorus should be about the demise of the moose.
That's really sad, man. That's super sad.
I mean, what song is
Let's
it?
hear it. Come on, give it to me. What, like, just 3-4 lines for the chorus, man.
You ready?
Yep. Can't wait.
And then we heard.
I like it.
How you doing, sweetie? Oh, that's rude. Well, I know you love me. I know you do. I know that you have a hard time showing your true feelings. I know that even though sometimes you have a gruff exterior and sometimes you get me with your claws, I know, yes, you do. You do it. But I know you love me deep down inside. You do. You do. You, you love me. You love me. Yeah.
So I grew up in Florida, and you know, in the days growing up, I always used to remember the just like summer times. And in those days, kids didn't stay inside. You played long after it was dark. But I always wonder what happened to the fireflies in Florida. Like I wonder if we used so many, this is pretty dark right now, but I wondered if we used so many chemicals or something, because I can remember growing up, the fields would, and we had fields, right? The fields would be just lit up, and we'd run around like every kid with a glass jar or whatever to catch these fireflies. But I just thought, what happened to them in Florida? Is it global warming?
Well, those moose stories made me think of a few things. One is that when I was in Yellowstone Park, when I was probably in like summer after junior year or sophomore year of high school with my family, like we saw so many moose and we never saw any bears. So we made a little song. The bears are rare in Yellowstone. The moose are on the loose in Yellowstone. That's one moose story. And frankly, after that, I've never seen a moose and I've always wanted to. But the other funny moose story is that there are some guys working on my in-laws' house, and like a moose came up to a guy who was on a ladder, and he measured. He's like, that moose was only 6 feet away, and he had his measuring tape. Like, it was just 6 feet away.
I could maybe measure the amount of love that we have for each other.
I could do it for you. I could do it.
You
Yeah, I would be happy to measure the love.
I mean,
you would?
people,
Oh,
people,
absolutely.
people said the three of us would never last. And now look at us here, measuring our love for each other.
You know, I love you this much.
Wow.
I love you both this much.
I can clearly see how much love we have
Wait,
for each other.
I love you this much. Look.
Oh.
Wait a sec, look.
Oh.
What? Wait, look. I love you that much.
I don't deserve the two of you.
What is happening? How are you doing that?
I'm so sad that I'm going to have to choose one of you next month. How am I going to do that?
Well, you could look and see who loves you more.
You know
You
what,
know,
Sharon?
love is not all about length. Love is about quantity and
One.
specific.
Oh, but Sharon kind of does seem to love me just a little bit more. Right, Lorraine? I mean, a little bit.
I love you, man.
Okay, well, now how are you both going to prove who loves me more?
Sweepity sweep sweep sweep. So, I brought you 3.5 squirrels. What do you think about that?
I think that's good enough for dinner tonight.
3.5.
Your in-laws love squirrel fricassee, right? Yeah.
Shows my love. 3.5. Did anyone ever bring you a 3.5?
You know what, Henry? No one has ever brought me 3.5 squirrels before in my life.
I'm the provider.
You sure are, sweetie. You sure are.
So you gonna do that fricassee?
Fricassee and gonna throw them in a pot. The way your mother taught me.
Are you saying it has that fancy name and it's just squirrels in a pot?
No, there's more than that. There's some
Bring it,
salt. There's some salt.
bring it.
Well, if we have a radish or a potato in the bin, I might throw that in.
You know I brought you some cabbage, sweetie.
We could put that in. And then you just put the top on and you start it cooking. And you know what the secret is?
What?
Your mom taught me.
What?
You just let it cook for 2 days on low heat.
Oh my God! I was gonna say turn it up to high.
That's
Tag
what
out
I
Corin.
thought. That's
Tag
what
out
I
Corin.
thought.
Yes, so the secret to making mousse fricassee is all about the little bit of onions and green bell peppers that you start with.
Hold on! I've got some peppers.
That's right. It's not like squirrel fricassee. Now, in squirrel fricassee, there's a whole different process, to the beginning of it. But in mousse fricassee, the green bell peppers, magnifique in the beginning of it.
You know, I brought in half a moose. I think we can make a fricassee.
Absolutely. That will probably feed 20 people easily. I mean, what else do you usually put in your fricassee?
You know, I'm a wild one.
I want to hear about it.
Let's bring back Kristen the elk, Karin the cat, anyone who played a dog, and a couple of other random animals. I think they're gonna try to catch us and try to cook us. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you think you got problems. You think you got problems. My whole family's on the doorstep over there, and Jimmy's in pieces. There's only half a Jimmy. Damn
I
cat.
thought you looked familiar. I think that is your family in there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Condolences.
who are you who's that cooing?
I'm the owl. I just come out at night and watch you guys.
I'm a watcher too. No one's gonna cook me. I'm
Yeah.
desiccated.
I'm an endangered species, so
I tell you, look out for that Joe. That Joe looks all innocent. I think he's the mastermind behind all the stuff that's been going on around here with all of us.
We're kind of an organized crowd.
You guys are looking good.
Oh
What's
God,
the
he's a
next
creepy
caper,
guy.
boss? What's the next caper?
I'm just blended in the tree here.
Joe gets the money.
Look out for the creepy guy. He wants to eat us all.
I see you, owl. I got eyes for you.
What? No one ever eats an owl.
I am number one.
This guy's crazy.
This
I
guy's
would if I could catch one. Not you, though. Not you.
no one eats owls.
I don't think this is a safe place.
Uh-uh.
But this is the Royal Order of the Moose Club.
Yeah.
Do you think the Emperor could put an end to this shenanigans?
Yeah. Someone go get the Emperor.
Let's see that.
Get the Emperor.
Well, look at this. The shenanigans are happening. I do believe that some shenanigans are happening. I'd like another canapé. Does anybody have a canapé for me?
Oh.
Emperor's hungry.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you very
Is the chef's specialty. It's called Joe Bruschetta.
Oh, I thought it would be a fricassee, but I'm very happy.
I
Enjoy.
have Emperor the moose fricassee. It just is on this platter.
Oh, well, I'll have one in one hand and one in the other. Ooh,
Yup,
I'm
it's
happy.
quite delicious.
I have a moose.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll take that as well. Oh, Emperor's going to be nice and full. Hmm.
Excuse me, Emperor.
Hmm.
We seem to have a situation outside. There's an owl who is requesting an audience with you. Shall I send him away?
Well, whatever you think is best.
He seems quite concerned. Perhaps it would be best if you excused yourself, discreetly, of course, and met with the owl to find out exactly what business he has here.
Well, off I go. Off I go then.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Well.
What do you have to say?
Emperor feels ashamed for everything bad that Emperor's ever done. When Emperor looks into your eyes, I feel like it's
Shame? Disgust?
Yes. My apologies.
You've eaten one of my finest friends.
I was a part of that, yes.
Your nights with your canapes and fricassee of some of my best friends in the forest.
I never meant to treat your friends so poorly.
Then what do we do moving forward? Will you leave us alone? Will you go vegetarian?
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm moved. I'm moved by our conversation. I will go vegetarian.
Good then. My work is done here.
Oh, good. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but if we don't go inside now, the squirrel will be totally overcooked.
Oh, I must not. I must not. I cannot. I cannot.
And that's our show!
Thank you. Thank you to Vintage Improv.
Thank you, Vintage Improv. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Don't forget to come back every week.
That's right, every week. He may not be here every week, but come back anyway.
And there's
There'll
some
be lots
shows
of great shows.
Lots of
going
great
on
shows.
now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.